This is the newsroom.
This is the newsroom for Wednesday, November 6, 2024. We're broadcasting to you on E1, SKAR TV, NTN, and TARZEE TV in Bartica. In the headlines, President Ali and Vice President Gov't have congratulated Donald Trump on his election victory. A Linden man previously accused but acquitted of manslaughter was found dead in his home on Tuesday. After schoolgirl suffers severe bullying and assault, her mother calls for checks at schools.
Nothing needs to change in these schools.
And in sport, Amazon Warriors announced squad for Global Super League and 64 teams to compete in National Futsal Championships. With the news, I'm Kurt Campbell. We're glad you can join us. First up, Guyana's President Dr. Irfaan Ali has joined world leaders in congratulating Donald Trump on his victory in the 2024 U.S. presidential election. In a statement released on Wednesday, Dr. Ali expressed his optimism for continued cooperation between the two nations under the incoming administration. The president's statement highlights the deepening relationship between Guyana and the United States, with a focus on strengthening economic, diplomatic, and cultural ties. Over the years, the two countries have collaborated on issues such as energy, climate change, and regional security. Vice President Dr. Bartica also offered his congratulations, echoing the sentiments of the president. Both leaders' remarks reflect Guyana's interest in continuing its strategic partnership with the United States as the country navigates its growing influence on the global stage. As the U.S. prepares for a new administration, observers are keenly awaiting how this shift in leadership will impact bilateral relations, particularly in areas like trade, investment, and climate action. Guyana, an emerging energy hub in the Caribbean, is expected to remain an important partner for the United States as it continues to attract attention for its vast oil reserves. The Trump administration is set to take office in January 2025. Months after he was freed from prison, 25-year-old Brian Hermanstein was on Tuesday afternoon discovered dead in his Wisma Hill Linden house. The newsroom was informed that Hermanstein's lifeless body was discovered around 1700 hours. An autopsy is scheduled to be conducted at a later date to determine his cause of death. Brian and his brother, Eldon Hermanstein, were found not guilty by the High Court in May 2024. They were charged back in 2022. They were accused of pushing boat captain Alexander, 55, about 40 feet off the Wisma shore in Linden on November 19, 2022. Alexander's body was discovered a day later. Alexander was the captain of a blue and white passenger boat that operates from the Wisma shore to Mackenzie shore. Inquiries revealed that the captain was on the Mackenzie shore awaiting passengers when Brian and Eldon Hermanstein boarded the boat for the Wisma shore. While the boat was about 40 feet off the Wisma shore, Alexander was allegedly shoved out of the boat. The boat then proceeded north on the Demerara River. We tell you now that Shawnette DeMille, a mother of 6 who remigrated from Venezuela to Guyana, wants stricter safety measures in schools after her 13-year-old daughter was attacked and beaten by at least 2 other students. The incident, which was captured on video, took place at the Linden Foundation Secondary School last Thursday. DeMille told the newsroom that both of her daughters, who are enrolled in the school, are subjected to persistent bullying. She believes the harassment is due to their Venezuelan nationality. Disturbing footage viewed by the newsroom shows the young girl being violently assaulted while several students cheered, clapped, and recorded the incident. The 13-year-old is now terrified of returning to school, prompting her mother to call for immediate action.
This was bullying in school. As what I see is it is advantage take over her because she and the girl were beat her. She and the girl didn't have no problem. And then I have no problem, and the problem wasn't with her. The problem, the girl, and she wouldn't have no problem. The problem was with the next girl. So just because my daughter was with the girl, so she take advantage on my daughter. The children and then just bully insulting them and them thing now. But fighting and them thing, them my children never go through them thing now. They don't make proud with nobody, as what me know them as. They don't make proud with nobody. Them is I just tell them they go into school, protect the education, not for fight with nobody, picture with nobody. She can't walk properly. She start vomiting blood because she get hit on her head, all over her skin. She get bruised and those things. It isn't safe for me to send my child now to school because it just hurt me many morning now, seeing my next daughter going to school. And for experience for my daughter to go through the big one, it was hard enough morning for sending the next one to school because I just said it could happen to the same next girl, so it could happen the same thing to her. Nothing needs to change in this school. The teachers they need the security mostly because the teachers they have to teach the security at least. But if now remember they have sewing right in the school, like as what I was saying, like for as a parent, if they got sewing, like they could tear them scissors, leave it in school with the teachers. Right, so nobody won't got no scissors or nothing in the bag. And before them going to school, the bag, each child bags needed to check on the gate.
Okay.
And the security they will need to not everybody come in, go out how they like.
A US $1.5 billion gold project, Oko West in Region 7, Guyanese, will come on stream by 2027. But already its potential at re-energizing Guyana's mining sector from the challenges faced in recent years is being hailed.
The Oko West project is a brand new gold discovery situated 95 kilometers southwest of Georgetown. The mine measures approximately 44 square kilometers and is 100% held by G Mining Ventures. Delivering remarks at an education forum held at the Pegasus Corporate Suites in Georgetown on Wednesday, Minister of Home Affairs Robeson Ben said the development of Oko West represents a continuation of work which started in the sector many years ago.
Guyana is at the most momentous situation in terms of its development of its country. We have the oil and gas development, which is much talked about. We have the opportunities, the synergies spinning out of that. And with this new development at Oko West, this will broaden the opportunities for people. We have kept our promise in relation to re-energizing and developing the natural resource sector in relation to mining. There was a time when it was being shut down. There was a time when the bauxite operations were practically dead. The operations on the Berbice River were shut down. Even the small mine in Marudi and those areas were shut down. We have come back and we are keeping our promise to the people of Guyana, all the people of Guyana, that we want a holistic, broad-based development of our country.
It will require some 1,700 persons to build out the Oko West project over a period of 2.5 years. Country manager of G Mining Ventures, Bjorn Ju, said the Oko West project represents a significant milestone in Guyana's natural resource development.
With a projected mine life of 13 years, we anticipate the production of over 350,000 ounces a year. The ripple effect, which will be the creation of at least 1,500 jobs with strong focus on local employment and capacity building. Transparency is a core value for us, and it drives everything we do as we progress with this transformative project. I truly believe that this project will transform not only the local economy, but the country, bringing sustainable development, meaningful employment, and long-lasting benefits to Guyana.
As part of West's Project Corporate Social Responsibility, June said several strategic commitments were made aimed to support Guyanese development. This includes the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding with the Board of Industrial Training BIT to facilitate training of local workers at the BIT Center in Bartica. Additionally, through a scholarship agreement with the University of Guyana, several geology students have benefited from educational support and will continue to do so. Reporting for the newsroom, Sharda Bacchus.
Attorney General Anil Nandlal has expressed grave concerns over what he describes as an alarming rate of reversals by the Caribbean Court of Justice of decisions flowing from local courts in Guyana. His comments follow a landmark ruling last week in which the CCJ overturned previous decisions by Guyana's High Court and the Court of Appeal, affirming the lawful appointments of Vikash Ramkissoon and Sarah Brung as parliamentary secretaries. During his Tuesday night issues in the news commentary, Nandlal highlighted the frequency with which decisions by the Court of Appeal are being overruled by the CCJ, suggesting this trend could have wider implications for the judicial system in the country.
What is worrying is the alarming rate of reversal which is taking place at the level of the Court of Appeal of Guyana and the Caribbean Court of Justice. I have spoken about this several times, and it must be a cause for worry. In certain types of cases, as I have pointed out repeatedly, there is a 100% reversal. The Court of Appeal rules one way, the CCJ overrules them in a particular category of cases. And in other cases, the rate of reversal is not much different. This is a worrying issue. And as Minister with responsibility for justice, it is my duty to voice these concerns.
When the newsroom returns, we tell you about efforts to power new communities all across the country. Welcome back. This is the newsroom. As Guyana embraces tourism as an essential driver of economic growth, the country is taking significant steps to ensure its youth are well prepared to play an active role in the rapidly expanding sector. During the launch of Tourism Awareness Month 2024 held last weekend at the stunning Lake Mainstay on the Essequibo coast, tourism industry leaders emphasized the importance of engaging school-age children and young adults in the world of tourism, while showcasing a variety of career opportunities and hands-on learning experiences.
I'm happy that FAG and GTA and DOT, we're going to be engaging the schools, very importantly. It's important that we have young ambassadors, the youth, to be on board with tourism. And that's why we have prioritized that level of engagement this year, to ensure that they understand all of the careers that are possible in tourism. It's not only about clerical positions. There's a whole spectrum of jobs available. And we want to be able to demonstrate what those career opportunities would be like.
Let's continue to do the things that we've been doing. You know, FAG has launched a SWIFT initiative that asks of companies to hold the hand of a high school student and involve them in your operation. We want for tourism to continue to resonate. It's taught, or it's a topic for CXC, it's a topic for CAPE, and we want as much as possible for our babies to feel confident writing about tourism and choosing it as a subject. So, hand wash hand. If you're in the business already, no, you don't have to be a grand establishment. You're already in tourism, and that student does not know what it looks like in a practical way. But when that student sees your passion of how it is that you speak of tourism and how you perform every day, it makes a huge difference when they write about it.
In a fiery rebuttal during his Tuesday night talk show, Attorney General Anil Nandlal dismissed calls from the political opposition to enshrine the government's cash grant distribution into legislation, calling the suggestion nonsensical and driven by political point scoring rather than substance. The call comes following the government's decision to provide cash grants to every Guyanese citizens aged 18 and over, a move that has attracted widespread support since its announcement. Nandlal, in his remarks, argued that making the distribution of cash grants a legal obligation would limit the government's flexibility in responding to changing economic conditions.
What is important is that the people are receiving the cash grant, or they will receive the cash grant. That is what is important. And that is what the people want. They don't want it in the form of legislation. And as I said, why put it into law? When you put it into law, there is rigidity. You have lost flexibility. Because the law will now dictate your policy. Why you can't have it as a flexible policy, as we have with the cash grant, that we have increased significantly every single year? That is not law.
In an effort to keep their roots alive while learning, two third-year biology students, Aliyah Simon and Sylvana Robertson, have come together to launch the first ever Indigenous Society at the University of Guyana Turkine campus. The vision is to promote the Indigenous culture and language while providing a safe space and empowering Indigenous persons from across the country. At present, the society is roughly 50 members and is open to all ethnic groups. The newsroom recently spoke to the friends on campus, and they shared how the idea was birthed and the plans for the group.
So when I started UG in 2020, I noticed that there wasn't a space where Indigenous students can come together and, just be. This idea stuck with me and it resonated with me deeply since I'm passionate about my Indigenous people. However, due to campus life, I never had the time to actually try to create such a space. I was encouraged by several colleagues to create a space like this, but after 4 years at UG, I was like, okay, I just can't leave UG and not create this space. Our society has been formally established, but we're in the very early stage. We have an executive body. We are registered with the University of Guyana, and we have 39 registered members. However, we are growing each day. Currently, we have about 50 members in our society. As the person behind this, I feel a great sense of purpose. I feel very proud to create such a space for our Indigenous youth here at UG. Our plans for the club is to foster a community that empowers Indigenous students, where Indigenous students would feel safe. It will basically be a home away from home, because all Indigenous students come from all around the country. So we would provide basically empowerment as well for Indigenous students, and encourage them to know their language, to be proud of who they are, because I've always been advocating for language defines who you are. And in that way, we would preserve, because youths are the future. Well, I know, because we're the first people, the Indigenous is the first people, and we aren't heard as much as we're supposed to. So I believe that having this club will be a benefit to everyone, because everyone will be able to learn about our cultures, about our languages, like everything about our culture is unique. And I believe that having this club would make everyone have a knowledge of the Indigenous culture. The club is also open to everyone on campus. You must be a registered student at the University of Guyana, or you can be an alumni. We are open to all ethnic groups. I would love for more of our Indigenous students to join the society and take up leadership roles, as well as being active members of the society in terms of like helping to teach languages and to share their knowledge.
Since 2020, a bold mission to bring electricity to the unserved communities of Guyana has been steadily transforming lives. The Guyana Power and Light Inc. has successfully energized almost 30 new communities, including parts of Crabwood Creek and Molson Creek in East Berbice. Since 2020, the government and the Guyana Power and Light have been on a mission, successfully providing electricity to almost 30 communities that were previously unserved. The work has been extensive to power these areas, with dedicated teams from the Guyana Power and Light Inc. working tirelessly to put the necessary infrastructure in place, installing hundreds of new meters, transformers and power lines to a generally expanding network. Parts of Crabwood Creek and the Molson Creek, East Berbice villages that are corridored to and bordered by the Currentine River are among the new areas to benefit. In these areas, almost 200 households that have been there for years under limitations of home-powered solar systems will soon benefit from reliable electricity provided by GPL for the first time.
First time the president come, like we were so happy, like he come like so, we reach him so fast, and just next day we see progress start with everything.
Parts of Crabwood Creek were receiving electricity, but there were some areas within the different grants that were unserved. But with this initiative now, we will be providing electricity upon their request. And for this area, Molson Creek, for this part, there were no electricity at this part of Molson Creek.
Once the network is fully energized, customers can make their application to the respective GPL commercial offices and receive guidance on the way forward. Persons can apply whether their homes are completed or in the process of being constructed, but they must have their certificate of inspection issued by the Ministry of Public Works through the Government Electrical Inspectorate.
So basically the requirement is an ownership document, proof of their identification, and a certificate of inspection, which is gained through the Ministry of Public Works.
The mood in these communities is one of eager anticipation. With new power poles planted and transformers humming with life, the possibilities are endless.
Actually, everybody, since the poles come here, everybody start wiring the house.
As more areas come online, the ripple effect of progress continues. In Lenora, on the west coast of Demerara, electricity is being supplied to homes even before residents move in. This proactive approach not only serves the community, but also signals a larger strategic effort by GPL to upgrade its network to meet future demands. New concrete and metal poles are replacing old infrastructure, making the grid more resilient and sustainable.
The timeline was about 2 weeks, but we took 4 days to complete the job. It is better than the Wallabo pole and concrete. It's more strong, durable, and you don't have to study about pole rotting and falling down on those things.
And the story doesn't end there. Miles away, in the quiet village of Samville off the Soesdijk Highway, about 500 residents are also about to experience the powerful shift that electricity brings. For the first time, they too will have access to reliable services of GPL.
It's nothing like coming into a house and press a switch and there's electricity, so you can charge your phone, you can watch TV, you can keep updating your news, children can get to use the internet as they like, stuff like that.
These are just a few of the many communities that are now experiencing the transformative power of electricity. When the newsroom returns, the financial, weather and bridge reports along with sport news. Welcome back to the newsroom. Now for a look at what's happening in sport. We're starting off with some cricket news. The Guyana Amazon Warriors have confirmed their squad for the inaugural ExxonMobil Guyana Global Super League, which runs from the 26th of November to the 7th of December. Imran Tahir will lead the Amazon Warriors, who captained them to their maiden Caribbean Premier League title in 2023. Fellow South African Dwayne Pretorius and English all-rounder Moeen Ali will join Tahir. US-based left-arm spinner Hassan Khan and Bangladesh seam bowler Tazim Hassan Shakib round out their overseas signings. Part of Bangladesh tour to the Caribbean clashes with the tournament. The Newsroom Sport understands this is why Gudakesh Moti and Shamar Joseph are omitted, while others will head to the Abu Dhabi T10. The full Guyana Amazon Warriors squad is Imran Tahir, Moeen Ali, Shai Hope, Dwayne Pretorius, Hassan Khan, Tazim Hassan Sakib, Kevlon Anderson, Kimo Paul, Mark Dayal, Romario Shepard, Roston Chase, Shimron Hetmaya, and Shamar Springer. Online ticket sales for the Global Super League will commence on November 7 from 9 hours. Online tickets can be purchased from the GSLT20 website. Furthermore, the organizers indicated that the box office will soon be open for in-person purchases. The Global Super League will take place at the Guyana National Stadium, Providence. 5 teams will compete in 11 matches from November 26 to December 7, 2024 for a US $1 million prize. The 5 teams for the 2024 tournament will be the Guyana Amazon Warriors, Hampshire Hawks, Lahore Qalandas, Rangpur Riders, and Victoria. Organized by the Kashif and Shanghai Organization and supported by the Government of Guyana, a national futsal tournament is scheduled to commence on November 19 and conclude on January 1 at the refurbished Cliff Anderson Sports Hall. Launched on Wednesday, the organizers indicated that this tournament would have teams nationwide and become an annual fixture. The majority of the top footballers in Guyana are expected to compete in the straight knockout tournament, which has a first prize of $1.5 million.
The tournament will have 64 teams because we had a meeting with the president discussing this, and he wanted most of the players around Guyana to be a part of this. So we told him 64 teams can cover almost all the futsal players them around, and that was agreed to. We have teams from Barbados. We have like 3 teams from Barbados going to be here, 6 from the East Coast, 4 from East Bank, 5 from Linden, 5 from West Dem, an Essequibo All-Star, a Bartica All-Star, a Region 1 All-Star, a Region 7 All-Star, Region 9 All-Star. We have a couple of Spanish teams right in Georgetown. As a matter of fact, today's newspapers were telling you how the Vengay team won one of their games. They will be a part of the tournament, so we're going to have 3 Spanish teams in the tournament, and then we're going to be having 32 teams from Georgetown participating. Why 32? Because Georgetown in Guyana plays more futsal than anywhere in the country, and they have some real outstanding teams. What is beautiful is that there is no team that gained the right to be the just the number one, and then that's it. They got to play to win every single time. Our first prize, it's $1.5 million. The second prize is $1 million. Third prize, it's $500,000. Fourth prize, $200,000. This is for the male part of the tournament. We will be having a female aspect also. We have 4 teams.
Guyana Harpy Eagles got their first victory of the ongoing regional Super 50 in Trinidad and Tobago, and according to the leading left-arm spinner Versami Permal, it was a significant victory. On Tuesday, it was an 8-wicket DLS method win over the Leeward Island Hurricanes at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in Turuba. In a match reduced to 41 overs per side, the Hurricanes were first bundled out for 139 in 34.2 overs after being put into bat by the Harpy Eagles. Man of the match, Versami Permal, took 3 for 24 from 9 overs and was supported well by Ashmead Ned and Neal Smith, who took 2 for 19 from 8 overs and 2 for 42 from 8 overs, respectively. Guyana then needed only 27.2 overs to reach 141 for 2, thanks to half-century performances from Captain Tevin Imlach and Matthew Nandu. Harpy Eagles, currently in 4th position, are back in action on Thursday against Jamaica Scorpions at the Queen's Park Oval from 9 hours.
I think the most important thing today, I think we won the task, and looking at the condition and the weather for the past couple of days, and we know that the task is vital, and unfortunately we won it. And you know, we start with the ball very well. I think Ned started very well, pick up a couple early wicket, and then I came into the game, and then Smith and Kimo, they come at the back end and pick up wicket at a vital time, and we never let the Leewers get any kind of a start, because we keep picking up wicket at crucial time.
How did you manipulate the ball, especially with the moisture in the outfield and basically the moisture in the air as well?
I think it's difficult for a spinner to grip the ball when it gets wet, but at the same time you got to try to utilize whatever the condition offer. I think early up, I think the wicket was a bit moist. I think we utilized it very well to our advantage.
And low scoring game, but the captain put on pretty good score, Makinandu as well. Talk to me about that batting chase.
I think that was a very good partnership for we. When you're chasing them kind of a small total, sometimes it could go either way, but I think the partnership, they see us winning the game from the partnership, and we never let the Leeward end at no time.
Now, of course, first victory. You've been kind of unlucky with the weather all tournament long, but first victory. How does the team push on from here?
I think it was very important for the team to get a win. We had 2 close games that we lost, and it's good to get a win for the team, and you know, this only could motivate the team and the spirit of the team to keep going forward.
The Kashif and Shanghai organization has been one of the leading organizers of the year-end football tournaments in Guyana for a number of years. However, this year, as has been the case in recent years, they will instead host a national futsal championship. According to co-director Kashif Mohammed, the lack of on-field football has forced them to consider the quality of the product they want to display, and therefore they opted to host the futsal format.
As a matter of fact, when we were called and asked to field football, okay? But then, because of what field football now is in Guyana, it's difficult for us to come and do this, because our thing is not just a Georgetown thing alone. And we all know that no major football was played in Letem, in East Bank, Berbice, Linden. Georgetown probably had like 1 tournament. West Demerara, East Coast. So because of that kind of lack of a lot of football being played around, it's difficult for us to just come and ask the country to come out and see something that is not of real quality. Here is quality. When Boom Boom coming up against Cortez, and these guys them gonna go at each other, it's class. Sorry. Yeah, it's showtime. You know what I'm saying? So we want to make this a nice product, because the thing is, we're going to be streaming live, at least from the quarterfinal level, and we want to showcase Guyana in a real beautiful way, and we think these guys them deserve something of their quality.
Every driver's worst nightmare, 2-time CMRC Group 4 champion Christian Jeffrey returns to the South Dakota circuit for the ENET Caribbean Clash of Champions on November 10. After a 2-year break, he's ready to win races and take down the track record. With one of the best win percentage, this is the comeback fans wouldn't want to miss.
Hi guys, I'm Christian Jeffrey, Group 4 driver, Radical driver, and I'm back ready to race this coming November. So the first thing is, I'm competing, I want to go out there and win. And if the track record, the track is right, on the given day I feel my machinery is up to date, I could push the car to the limit, that's something I have in mind. Well, it's the first time I actually didn't get to race or do anything racing wise for the last 2 years, because of I'm now a new father, you know, starting a little family with my wife and stuff, so my commitments kind of changed and the focus went towards that. But I'm back here, racing is my passion. Hopefully someday my son takes it up. We'll see how that goes. But for the fans, I'm back. I'm going to do the best I can do. gone out and race hard, and hopefully I take down all the these new machinery. This race meet is gonna be an eye-opener for me. If for some reason the cars just go out there and blatantly beat me so bad, I have to think of what I'm coming with in the future. So I'm not saying I'm not going to acquire a new car. It's a thought that can happen. I mean, if the racing is going in that direction, I'll have to do that. But with what I have, I think with my experience and skill, I think I can make a difference into being competitive. I like the Lamborghini that Zachary Boudram has, but if I had to go down, I'd probably end up with a Mercedes or a BMW. I know you guys haven't seen me in the last 2 years, but please come out and support me, and I'm gonna put on a good show for you guys.
Adrian Mohar, a dominant force in the street class, will face stiff competition from a field of talented riders at the ENET Caribbean Clash of Champions on November 10. The event will also feature a number of exciting newcomers who are eager to make their mark on the racing scene.
Adrian Mohar, street class, number 991.
My name is Fitzpatrick Augustus, bike numbers 108.
Elwin Chase here, bike number 104.
Hi, my name is David Hassan and I'm riding number 805.
My name is Aki Miller, bike number 584.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Chattersing, riding Yamaha R6.
Hi, my name is Ray Capel, I'm riding 106.
Hi, my name is Ravi Singh. I will be competing in the street class, bike number 13.
Leading the championship currently, I'm ahead in points. I think I just need to win one more race.
I'm looking for beat everybody to take the trip, even the bad boy, Adrian Mohar.
As everybody know, Adrian Mohar is at the top of the realm in our class so far. As you slip, you slide, you're gone. So you just have to be on your A game.
I'm just here for the experience and enjoying it.
I haven't gotten that much practice, so trying as much to drop the time and increase the speed.
Well, everyone is going on Adrian Mohar. So Adrian, I'm coming strong for you this meet.
The main rival is Adrian Mohar, everybody know that, but I'm looking for Alan as well, because beat him 3 times in Trinidad, so I think I could do it here in Guyana.
Race day when the flag drop, just go.
Well, it seems like everyone has gone in for me, so I know as long as you're at the top, persons are always looking to see you fall. So I guess I can be on the lookout for everyone. I know for sure that anyone in front of me, I'm going for. So that's mostly the likes of Nicholas Boudram, Dwayne Caesar, Alan Hopkinson, and whoever, as long as the laps permit me and I've got the drive, I'm coming for them.
And with that, we've come to the end of this newscast. On behalf of the news and technical teams, I'm Kurt Campbell saying thank you.